Alrighty, so we win the roll. I think our deck definitely wants to play, although, I mean, it's kind of not clear in this format whether you want to play first all the time, but I think ours does. Getting down a flyer early is important. Now this is a hand. Let's get rid of that. Land value on turn 2. Doesn't get any better than that. This guy should also loot whenever he hits the opponent. Just saying. Alright. Let the milling begin. Look at this. Our opponent doesn't even know about 1-drops. Okay, that's a good draw. Alright, looks like some sort of an Esper concoction. Well, it's nice we have spawning bed, that's for sure. It gives us something to do if we flood out. Are we merc striding is the question. Bouncing this castigator isn't very exciting, but I think we just might as well. And we'll ingest Shadow Glider to play around the dude that returns Awakens, Halimar, Tide Collar, or whatever. Alright, he's actually going for Pilgrim's Eye, which is interesting, since it doesn't actually trade with the Merc Strider. Probably should have played Spawning Bed in case I got like Myers Malist or whatever. And yeah, we still have the island to loot away, but alright. So much loot value. Planes have slightly more value since we have a Myria Shepherd. Slightly more value in our hand. Alright, well, opponent has 5 cards, so beatdown is our plan here. That's a good draw. Certainly not a bad draw. So what are we bouncing? If we bounce the Castigator, it allows Merc Strider to be way better and doesn't really give him more Scion value, so it seems like that's pretty easy. And we'll animate the Sandstone Bridge in case He bounces it. And might as well just keep attacking with all. He'll trade off the Shadow Glider, but I think that's okay. Since otherwise he would have the option to just block the Merc Strider with it. Turns out curving out is pretty good. So presumably our opponent's going to block there, go down to 5. Alright. So he needs 2 blockers to survive. He needs to deal with 2 of our creatures. This might be a clutch. A clutch. Clutch. Okay. Alright. Awesome. Land value. Actually, lots of value since it speeds up the lethal clock a whole turn. And now land is good, spells are good. Since spawning bed is very threatening against an opponent on 2 life. Alright. I mean, suppose we'll take it. So we can go ahead and tap that, and sure. Good draw. Good draw, good draw, good draw, good draw. Bunch of good draws in this deck. Should have actually sort of reviewed what was in our opponent's deck a bit more before going into sideboarding. That's a good skill to have during sealed, is to write down the combat tricks like Clutch of Currents, or just write that down so you have it in mind during the games. Write it down on a piece of paper while you're playing. It's good for sideboarding as well. I mean, that configuration looked pretty good, and there wasn't anything specific. I mean, Smite didn't look great. Actually, Lithomancer's focus on one of our flyers against his Shadow Gliders might be good. What else do you have? The 3/1 guy. So that makes Salvage Drone look good. I think this is fine. More sandstone value. potentially sandstone messing up our curve. It's always good to have cards that that can benefit you and can impose costs, like so. Plains was a good draw. I think I'll just play this out and pass, since you don't really need the ingest that bad, and threatening to block Castigator is pretty good. Alright. Ooh. That could be good. I think I'm just going to attack with this and see if he wants to trade. Although that is a reasonable exert influence target. So I think I'll just hold off. I mean, exert influence isn't very exciting when it's only taking 2 power creatures, but I suppose we'll have to settle for the control magic. The 5 mana control magic. Alright, we'll just trade off, since, I mean, our hand is great in the late game. Oracle of Dust is going to be all sorts of value. Sure. Ooh. That 5th mana is going to be real important. And Ghostly Sentinel is going to be annoying. We don't actually have a good way to deal with it right now. Drowner can definitely annoy it for a long time, though. And by annoy it, I mean tap it down for multiple turns. Okay. We're just going to get to ingest that. Ingest value. Value. Sentinel is a card that really impresses me. I think I'm always happy playing a bunch of Sentinels. Just really solid stats for this format as a flyer. Ooh. Our opponent is also looking solid in the late game. Okay. Not too sure why he would attack with that, but clutch. It's pretty clutch. So I guess exert influence is kind of our weak link now, I suppose. I mean, that could come back to bite us. Alright, I'm just happy playing Drowner since it's ridiculously powerful. The Infiltrator can hold off the 3/3 nicely though, if it ever comes to that. I think I'm just gonna tap this. And next turn we could easily be clutching it. Okay, that's a good exert influence target. Can also just clutch the land and bash for a lot of damage. I think that's pretty appealing. Since, I mean, it kills his land, essentially. It sets him back a mana, and returning a creature isn't good since we're ingesting. Should go to attacks first to see if I want to tap that. Yeah. And I think I'm just going to, even though it doesn't trade too favorably, it's not like there's too much he can cast that's scary. I mean, 5/5 is pretty good when our opponent's on 5 or 6 mana. Alright. Well, I'm glad I used up the Scion then. Now we can actually make him draw Cascador if we want, by just not ingesting it. I think I want to get the damage in though, since he's at so low. And it's not like Castigator's terrible when we're beating him down with a 3/3. And I think the loots are more valuable right now than the extra power and the mana and the glory of Kozilek's Channeler. Alright, something big time. Big time. Big time card. If it's something, what is this he's sinking mana into? What is this our opponent's doing? Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. I swear, even though I didn't say it. this isn't looking as great anymore. Really wish we had that Smite the Monstrous in our deck. So what happens if we attack with everything? So he blocks there, he blocks there, he takes 1, he gains 1. Could also block there. We could also just play Kozilek's Channeler, which is also moderately threatening, since it makes his blocks a lot more awkward next turn if we attack with everything, assuming he doesn't play anything. We could also loot again and play Stonehaven Medic, but the 1 power is pretty useless when he's gaining 1 and taking 1 every turn. We really want to get through with a creature. So we're basically trading our Oracle for his Stonehaven Medic. But then he's able to crack back, and we need to like chump with Stonehaven Medic, which is somewhat risky. I think I'll just hit with the Benthic Infiltrator and play the Kozilek's Channeler. And then next turn I can do some more looting and potentially swing for a much better attack. Lithosmancer's Focus would actually be lethal, so maybe I could have looted for that. Better than Smite the Monstrous, confirmed. Alright. Chances are he has something, since... Was he missing land drops earlier? I'm not sure. Ooh. That's annoying. Does he have a removal spell? Because we can just double block, which is fairly awkward for him. I mean, double blocking is basically the same as single blocking, since a removal spell would, since we have to block this anyways, and a removal spell would kill the other one anyways, so this seems like a freebie double block. If he has nothing, that's pretty bad for him. It's going to be an endless loss instead of an endless won. Comment says Ulamog? Question mark? I don't know why. Thinks we has Ulamog, maybe based on that order of blocking. But I don't know, I just put them there. Ulamog? He's just afraid that we have Ulamog since he has something good. Jeez, he does have something good. And our looter is gone. Yeah, here. Can't really do anything either. Needed more sandstone bridges. I mean, we're technically not dead, but we're pretty dead. Should've went for the other order of blocks so we could loot into Lithomancer's focus. Alright. Suppose more double blocking. Sentinel is going to kill us though. Don't think there's any way out of this, unless for some strange reason he blocks here, but there's no reason for him to do that. I feel like this guy clutching the dust. This game slipped right through our fingers. Shambling vent. Okay, so he has big drops. We definitely want the smite back in, since dealing with Eldrazi is important. Turns out. So close, yet so far. Exert influence isn't that great here. Probably just Cloud Manta. Rush of Ice seems reasonable as well. I think that seems a little bit better. Angel of Renewal is also good, but let's try this. This hand's kind of sucky, but I think we have to keep it. We have plenty of good cards to draw, and Smite actually should be good. Just a nice little Gideon off the top. Vigilance and ability? This just isn't fair. Yeah, drawing 2 lands there is pretty bad for our chances. Ooh. I'll take it. Alright. Ramp out something big. Big and smiteable. This Drowner is just easily enough to win a game by itself. So, I mean, yeah. Our deck does have value in just having a hand with lands in it. Since we have so many bombs. Alright. Second plains might indicate a sovereign. Alright. Loot value. Sure. I'm okay with this. Just 5 power worth of flyers. Alright. At least we're gaining a life. Interesting. I don't know why it's really doing that. Maybe he's got a grand plan. So ideally, he plays like Sovereign. We smite it and get to hit with our silence. I mean, that looks like what's happening based on all that frantic tapping and untapping. Sovereign, 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 sovereign. Endless one, endless one. What? No. I don't think our opponent understands how chanting works. Alright, so 7 puts him to 11. I think that's fine. This flyer is great since it does something. And we're just gonna tap that bad boy. And also probably just trade off. It's kind of sucky. Really hurts our racing potential. Yeah, we're not looking good now. Too many flyers at this point. Spawning bed would be nice. Alright, now it's just sovereign. Who even cares about that guy? Okay, it's not bad. So we can attack. Um, Attack for 6. It's a lot of damage. I mean, spawning bed would potentially just be a win now. What else do we have? Gideon, Ugin's Insight, Exert Influence. Oh wait, did I side that out? Other things. Proponent disconnecting. That's an out. Okay, and we're back. What else we have? Emiria Shepherd. Angel of Renewal is nice. Rush of Ice does something. I guess we'll just get an island. Doesn't want to block. Alright, spawning bed. Go. Oh no. He's entangling us. He's getting all entangly. He's getting me all entangly. Considering not attacking, I guess, with something. Potentially multiple things if we wanted to play around spawning bed. I think we just have to block. Okay. Perfect. Perfect. Here we go. Here we go. Right here. Right now. Right here. Right now. Clutch. Is clutch clutch? How clutch is clutch? So we clutch this, attack with, say, this. He's got a chump there, kill my 3/3. Or we could just like bounce this. Hmm. We could bounce our own drowner. That doesn't do anything. Oh wait, we could bounce it for 1 mana and replay it, actually. That could do something. I'm not sure what though. So I bounce my drowner, attack with infiltrator, tap down 2 guys. Doesn't seem great. But the alternative is like bounce Ghostly Sentinel, attack, 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 double blocks Drowner. Um, Alright, I think we're just doing this. So I'm not sure if there's some incredibly clever way to get out of this situation we've gotten ourselves into. So we attack, attack, attack. He chumps. Jumps there, kills that. Otherwise he double blocks. Alright, let's do it. Okay, does this leave us dead to an ally? Quite possibly, if it's cheap enough. Castigator. If he's able to activate Shambling Vents. Alright. Well, that gets us. Yeah, maybe should have held back, played more conservatively, and drawn Spawning Bed. Spawning Bed, Spawning Bed, Spawning Bed, Spawning Bed. Get in. Oh well. Spawning Bed. I knew it.